me a lot.
Are you going to the concert? Oh, you're performing.
I'm in the concert.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
I think I'm almost up.
No, I can't really. It can't go anymore.
All right, so
Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. It's okay.
so most of you guys did go back and redo it. I didn't see Irvy's. I didn't see Ethan's. I didn't see Elaine's. I saw it's really ugly. Corbin, I didn't see yours either.
Unnecessary shade.
I didn't see Tony.
You really like
He did
Hun?
okay on
No, I was
that.
gonna explain to myself.
And Chase.
Oh, okay, I'm like.
Simon, did you redo his?
Use these in your explanation.
Okay.
Although I did do a little bit of it because I was hoping.
All right, so yeah, you should understand certain things. So I want to talk about certain things like being okay. Last year I told this to other people too. Last year I have this student named Marcos. You guys know Marcos? Pizarro?
Marco.
Yeah, Marcos.
Singular.
Oh.
Marcos.
I know many Marcos.
I just hear him make weird noise all the time, so it's just like yeah, he make weird noises all the time. Yeah.
Oh, so.
Okay, so Marcos, he come up to me. He's like, Mr. Ye, I don't understand. I'm an A student, but I always make C on your tests. Like 70, like right on the dot, 70, 71, 72, 70, 71, 72, like repeat like 10 tests. It was like exactly on the dot, 70, 71, 72. And he's like, I'm a good student. I cannot get an A. Well, here's the truth. The truth is you guys have to learn how to be very precise at what you do. You guys are supposed to be the generation hopefully changing the world, because the world is going down the shithole right now. And if you don't fix it, there is a lot of issue. Let's say global warming, food shortage, population issue. I don't know, water, climate change, and all other issue that abortion rate or whatever. So all this thing is going down, and you guys gotta be the one to fix it. But you cannot be imprecise. You cannot have that precision when you're doing something. So I think a few years back there is a NASA, it's not NASA engineer or whatever, what engineer it was. He did all the calculation correctly, and somebody double checked his calculation, and end up they take this rover to try to take it to the moon, and halfway it blew up. And the only calculation he make mistakes on is major one. It was forget to convert from imperial system to matrix system.
Oh no.
Yeah. And $3 billion plus gone. And imagine some of you guys are gonna be a doctor. You cannot make those mindless error. Like you cannot make those. You just cannot. So what I will say is everything you do, put in mind, sometimes for some of you guys it works that way. I don't know for some people, but take your time to do your stuff. Sometimes to get the question correct, you need to slow down just a tiny bit. I get a message from Discord.
No, I heard that and I felt like I was going insane.
So you had to be very precise and be very mindful. Take your time to do a calculation, make sure you do it correct. There's two things gonna impact you. One is the SAT coming up is all adaptive. What does that mean? SAT has module 1 and module 2. This is what I assume. Module 1 is gonna kind of they will give you a little bit question from easy to hard. But if you miss the easy one, then your module 2 is only limited down to the medium level, not the highest level. Then your score is probably going to cap out at 720, even you got everything on the module 2 right, instead of 800. So you want to have a chance to go into the harder questions. The chance to get to the harder question is make sure all the easy questions done right. All you guys know like how to do those questions. You have to make sure the one you know how to do, you have to do it correct. So on your SAT next year, I have a student in my first period. He or she come up to me and say, I scored 850 on a test. But the kid is a good student. You know, he or she is a B student for my class. And my pre-calc student, B student is pretty high. But I just don't understand how did he or she got 850. I think he or she should get like 600 on math, but instead got 420. And I was questioning, so I asked her. I says, hey, what is, if I went to get a meal for 80 bucks, and what is 15% tip? She looked at me, she's like, I don't know how to do it. But she know how to do graph the rational function, she know how to graph the asymptote, horizontal asymptote, vertical asymptote, slant asymptote. She did all this correctly, but she cannot do the simplest thing, percentage. What do you guys have to worry about if you're taking SAT? You have to make sure all the simple 7th grade math, probability, percentage, system equation, linear lines, those you have to get 100% right, because otherwise you'll never get to the higher score bracket. So you have to go back to knowing all your basic stuff. You know, like in your test, some people add a fraction wrong, multiply fraction wrong, add a negative number wrong. You cannot make those mistakes because those are mindless errors. You're not being mindful on what you're doing. So being mindful on doing stuff. So I told Marcos, you gotta have like a, you know, he's a basketball player. I say you gotta have ice in the vein, right? You have to have the ice inside your vein. You do this thing like stone cold. You can do it, not making any mistake. And he start doing that now in the BC Calc. He got a 5 on AB. He got 70. Most of the people who got 70s on my test usually probably will end up getting a 5. Because my score is pretty accurate to where it is. So you guys have to make sure you improve on that precision on the algebra part. I cannot tell you any more important than that. Math may not help you a lot in life. May not. I'm going to say may not. I'm a math teacher. I'm going to tell you that. It did not help me in life. I didn't become more successful. But it helped you training how to be mindful. Focus on what you're supposed to be doing. Focus on each line is not making mistakes. Your coding is going to help when you learn how to code. Okay? When you become a doctor, you cannot make those mindless errors. That doesn't mean you become a doctor, you give a prescription, you add it inside your mind, you add it wrong, and then that's going to be okay for the patient. No, they're going to cause somebody die. You have to be very precise on what you do. So if you're in business, you have to be very precise on what you do. Everything you do, and you have to be very precise. So learn how to be precise on your calculations. Sometimes slow it down, actually gain you more times. Because have you done this before? Is when you take a test and you try to go too fast, you make mistake, you start erasing things. So how long it takes? You write down the stuff for like 30 seconds and you had to spend 30 seconds to erase it. Now all the things is in the back and you write on top of it and you start don't recognize your handwriting. That happened to you before? Yeah. So that actually wastes you more time. Now, what's worse is when you're on tilt. It's like poker. When you're on tilt, when you screw up one question really badly, and your mind start lose track of things. And when you lose it down the track of things, you start mess up everything else. So sometimes you rather slow it down to make sure everything methodically, and then do it right. And so I will say sometimes you want it to be faster. Is actually slow it down. It doesn't make sense. If you want to be faster, slow it down. That makes sense. Have you seen cars like Lightning McQueen? Yeah, turn right to go left. Yeah. So it's kind of like that. It doesn't make sense, but it is how it's to be done. There are a few people I really like the work. I don't know which person in this classroom. Avidish did pretty good on this test. So he used to get 70 on his test, and this time he got 100. And the accuracy, right? I don't know how many tests he got 70. Avidish, can you count how many tests he got 70?
I got 279. 270.
Yeah, so there's a lot of 70s, but he learned to be precise just this time. Okay, so that's good. So Marcos sometimes take somebody longer, somebody take it shorter. It really doesn't matter. But as long as you start going toward there. When you practice homework, you need to practice that way. I also do fencing when I grew up. I went to World Championship, actually. I went to fence with Olympians. I fenced with a guy with a gold medalist, and he's #1 in the world. He's from Romania, and the guy, we go watch him fence, and we're just amazed by what he can do. He doesn't do complicated stuff. Like you would think like best people in the world, they do very complicated stuff. No, he just do a simple stuff down to perfections. Like every step he takes is exactly precision to the exact centimeter that he has to take. When this person miss a sword, so the way the person swing a sword, this person, he's right here, exactly where he missed. He's not like so far away, he's exactly right here. Why? That requires high discipline. And because he missed right here, he can counterattack. The person missed, he can counterattack. Boom. He cannot be too far away. He cannot be too close. Too close, he's going to get hit. Too far away, then he had to take a lot more step to coming forward. So he's not wasting any energy. So exactly a person missed, he will measure it exactly right. And he will counterattack and he will win the point. And he get down to everything to perfections. Simple things, perfections. So what I want you to do is simple question. Please, the question, you know how to do it. You know how to take the derivative, take a derivative right. You know how to add a fraction right. So important, so important. But anyway, I'll stop talking. We're gonna go to U-substitution. So U-substitution is gonna be very important for you because there's no product rule for integral. There's no chain rule for integral. Mainly the chain rule. Okay, chain rule is very, very important for derivative. But since like integral, we only strictly use power rule. So what if something more complex happened? Okay. So integration of x squared, actually 2x, x squared plus 1 to the 10 dx. And this looks like something that is very gross because you want to expand 10 times. I mean, I won't because you need a Pascal triangle. It takes 25 minutes to do it. And to take a derivative power rule after that, it's going to take another like 3 minutes because you probably got like 11 terms. And so that's going to be a lot. And if it's -1, then that's going to be more. If it's x squared minus 1, that's even worse. But there's got to be a way to do it. So we're going to learn something called U-substitutions. The way is just like a fundamental theorem calculus part 2, you want to assume like g of t equal to something, except this case we're going to assume u is equal to something. Now, u is equal to x squared plus 1. In this particular case, I'm going to explain why u equal to x squared plus 1. Now, in order for you to determine what is u, you have to be able to take a derivative inside your head. And you have to see things happen. Does anybody play chess here? You play chess or Josh? Okay. Anybody else play chess? Okay. So if you don't play chess, I'm going to explain to you. A really shitty player can only worry about their move. I can move the queen this way. I can move the pawn this way. They learn all the move. But that about elo of 200 to 500. You learn how to move, and you don't learn to blunder your pieces. Blunder pieces, that means you don't walk your queen in front of a pawn, so pawn can take your queen, and that's bad. So what I'm trying to say is, in order to be a better player, you have to anticipate what is coming. So not only you make a move, you gotta anticipate what opponent is gonna move. Like you want to anticipate what they're gonna do. So here I want you to anticipate what is du. Is that du is gonna help me with the questions. In this case, du is equal to 2x. Okay. Now, do you see 2x dx in the questions? You see that, right? So that's perfect because that is the things that you want to see. Now, I want to do one more step that people usually forget dx. That's very, very crucial. You need to have a dx when you take a derivative on both sides. Derivative u is equal to du, derivative x squared equal to 2x dx. Now, what I would do is I would do dx equal to du over 2x. Now, just for me to evaluate something. Even though in this question you don't need to, you can convert everything to the u. It'll be u to the 10 du, perfect. But I'm going to do that to show you what happened. So I'm going to have integration of 2x. U I'm going to replace as x squared plus 1. So u to the 10. And the dx is going to be du over 2x. Do you see I changed the dx to du over 2x?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel those 2x out because one numerator, one from denominator. It becomes a very simple question, u to the 10 du.
Does it always work like that or no?
If I give you the question in Calc 1,
Okay,
yes,
then it will always work out.
most of the time it will work, 99% of the time.
Okay.
But there are 10% of the time it doesn't work. Today, we'll talk about a few of those
And
cases.
that only works out because the derivative of x squared is 2x, and there's already a 2x in the equation, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Ethan,
That's what I wanted to make sure, because I wasn't sure if that's how you're grabbing it or what.
no, Ethan was absolutely right because that's the whole idea. You want to see, that's why you will anticipate. If you take a derivative, there is something in the problem can help you. And that it was a problem before, but now it will cancel that. So I hear the 2x cancel out. It's what exactly we're looking for. That's why I say, do the du inside your head. See if anything can cancel before you do it. Before you say, I want a u equal to this. Because some people say u equal to 2x. Well, what is du? 2dx. Does that help me with the problem? No, I still have x squared plus 1 to the 10. That doesn't do me any good. So now I got everything in terms of u, because you cannot take an integration of something x and du. You have to make sure everything is in terms of u. Now you do that, you can just say u to the 11 over 11 plus c, and then you can sub back. You can say, well, that's x squared plus 1 to the 11 over 11 plus c. And how do I know if this is the correct answer? If I want to double check, how do I double check? Take derivative. So if I take a derivative, I'm going to do a chain rule. So now I have a chain rule to do. So it'll be 11x squared plus 1 to the 10. over 11. Now, also, chain rule, because 2x. See that 11 cancel out? This is the original question. If I take a derivative of this. And that's the original question. And I double check. Now, do I need to double check all the time? No. If you do your U-substitution, right, then you don't need to double check. But remember, anticipate your next move. Don't just jump in. This is what the time is. I told you slow down in order to win, because you think before you act. So think before you act. Okay? Think about what u equal to before you acting. Now in this case, the 2x cancel out. Sometimes just the x cancel out. And the 2, you can bring it outside. Let's just say if this is a 3x here. Sorry. My bad. Let's just say if this is 3x here and only x cancel out, and you can bring the 3 over 2 in the front before you take integral. So any constant you can take outside the integral. That's one of the tricks that you learn. If it's a constant, you just move it out. But the x cannot take it outside the integral. You cannot take an x outside the integral because that's break the rule. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to do one. So I'm going to ask you to do this one. Now, negative sign can move outside the integral as well. Oh, sorry. This one to the second power. It's x times 1 minus x squared to the second power dx. Negative sign number can be outside the integral. X cannot move outside the integral. You cannot take it outside. For a negative sign, which are the constant can be taken outside. Let me ask some of you guys. Madeline, what did you set u as?
Equal to 1 minus x squared.
Elaine, what you said u as?
I said the same thing.
Okay. And Min, what you said u as? Probably the same. Which is what? What is yours? 1 minus x squared. It's a good choice. 1 minus x squared is a great choice. Why? Because you take a derivative, it's going to be first degree. And you see this is a 1 degree difference, and that's perfect. So you want to set u as a higher degree, because if you take a derivative of higher degree, it will be the first degree, which is the x. Now I'm going to take a derivative du is equal to negative 2x dx. And of course, you see that x and x can cancel out. But how do they cancel out? if you replace the dx with du over negative 2x, this is equal to x times u squared, and then dx du over negative 2x. Do you see that? What can cancel? The x, just the x. 1 over negative 2, take it outside the integral. Does that make sense? And that'll be u to the 3 over 3 times 1 over negative 2 plus c. So 1 over negative 6, u is 1 minus x squared to the third plus c. And this is the final answer. Did everybody get this? If you did this, great. You are... Did anybody get it wrong? And can you tell me where you did wrong? Elaine, yeah.
Oh, well, I got the like u cubed over 3 plus c, but I didn't do the 1 over negative 2.
Okay, so don't forget this constant. This is the good thing that you mentioned. This is negative 2 here. So this is actually 1 over negative 2. And you can bring this outside the integral. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Corbin, where else do you make a mistake?
I just didn't take the derivative of the x squared. But not
Oh, integral of, wait, derivative of x squared?
for the du equals -2.
Oh, yeah.
X.
That's a very important step. You have to take a du. That's to see that which thing, because you want to convert a dx to interpret du in order to take an integral.
Are you able to do this with multiple, like if you had a second u?
No. But yeah, there's a lot of integration technique. This is the one of the most important one, but there was tons.
Okay.
Like even my BC, they just learned like 6 different new technique just this couple weeks. Today they're gonna have to learn 2 more, and the two of the hardest one.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Mr. Lee,
Yep.
can you do this because like the integral isn't set to a variable, so like when you're integrating doesn't matter.
Can you say that again?
If everything's the same, then it doesn't matter which one you're integrating. Does that make sense? Because I don't know how to ask the question.
Okay, can you repeat that question? Maybe other people can help me analyze it.
I think what he's saying is because everything is in terms of u, because
Because you cannot take an integration of x du, but you can only take an integration u du. Here there has to be the same variables, because in Calc 3 you're gonna have x, y, and z. You have dx, dy, dz, and when you take an integration of x, everything else is a constant.
Okay.
So yeah, it gets more complex, but yeah.
Could you have said du to x dx or no?
What?
Could you have said du to x dx? But then dx would equal du over x.
Does somebody understand that? Oh, what? Wait, are you talking about u equal to 1 minus x squared?
Yeah, so then for du, could you have set it to x du? No, x dx.
No, because integration of negative x squared is negative 2x. So the negative 2 is still there. Because this 2 is going to drop in the front. That's going to be negative 2x dx. Does that make sense or not?
Yeah.
But you have to have it write down dx though. Dx is important. All right, let's go to the next part. Let's give you a question, see if you can figure out. The question is gonna be integration of x squared and the x cube plus 2 dx. Anticipate what u is, do the derivative inside your head, see if that's gonna help you in the future next following steps. So always have that anticipation, always have that seeing what's going to go out in the future before you make a decision. That's what people can always make a decision is because they look at what happened if they do this. They calculate it before they start it. What's the next period? Fifth block. Well, I get to teach 3 double block calculus.
For the second day in a row.
Well, no, the first day was
Oh.
I had to pre-calc.
Oh yeah, you had pre-calc, right?
And we talk about integration technique on BC as well, so. Except theirs is a lot harder. All right. Then you finish? What? Madeline, you finish? Maddie, you finish? Catherine?
Yeah.
No?
Yes. Yeah. Something wrong. Well, I don't know if it's right.
No. I took the derivative wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot help you with that one.
Yeah. You're telling
I,
us about how
I might have been right on that part.
Yeah, you just keep telling us about it. You have to do with all the simple stuff perfectly. The past 2 questions, I took derivative.
You took the derivative wrong on the last question?
I didn't take derivative. That was the problem.
So did you guys u equal to x cubed plus 2?
Yes.
And did you take du?
Mm-hmm.
That's your Corbin, but
Oh, I'm trying this year.
sorry, I just had to make fun of you.
He said he had, I don't blame him. It's pretty easy.
So this one's gonna be x squared, and then this one's gonna be square root u. Now dx is gonna be du over 3x squared. Do you see that?
Then you have one.
Catherine, did you get that part?
Oh, I still did.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, what did you do? U.
Like u equals this. I accidentally did the square root.
Oh, okay. So it's a very important just do it inside the parenthesis. It's called group function. Just inside the things. Because if you do u equal to square root of x cubed plus 2, that requires chain rule when you take a derivative. It's gonna make a problem even more messier than before.
You weren't trying the first time, so that's why this is your first try. No. This is your first try.
Okay, inside a parenthesis.
Yeah.
Next time? Okay, that's okay. It takes some time to get used to it. So, and yeah, when I was a student, I did exactly the same thing as you did. And I asked a teacher, and it's like, well, why would you want to make things more complicated? And the teacher replied to me that. So it makes sense when you do that mistake because I did the same thing. It's not a problem. So now x squared cancel out. That's going to be 1/3 integration square root u du, which is 1/3 integration of u to the 1/2, u to the 3 over 2, 2 over 3, times 1 over 3. So it'll be 2 over 9. And this one's x cubed plus 2 to the 3 over 2. Plus c. Yeah.
3. I'm proud of you.
Corbin's proud of me.
Proud of you for taking the derivative correctly.
Just serious.
If you gotta go, gotta go. Go. Wait for you. Hurry up.
Why? Don't.
Make it fast.
I was waiting for a chick.
Just go.
Rules you
We're
say.
live streaming. We are arguing whether you should go pee or not. Go pee.
Rules you say if you have an AirPod in
There
your
is no
ear.
rule.
Like, you're already breaking the rules.
There's no freaking rule in my classroom. Because if there's rule, I break all of them.
You watch it. Oh my god.
Okay, please take your time to walk to the bathroom.
The derivative.
Should I walk slower?
Okay.
What?
No.
For x cubed, the derivative. Derivative is
That's
3x.
X squared.
Any questions so far?
Down here. And you
Well, I thought
subtract it
it's
by 1.
3x squared.
Yeah, it's 3x squared plus. Yeah, it's 3x squared. Oh, just 3x squared.
Why is that just 3x squared if you start off with X squared?
No. It's x cubed at the beginning.
Where?
It's square root of x cubed plus 2.
Square root.
Oh. So you take inside of the thing.
Okay.
No, probably had to move. All right, so now the next thing is I'm gonna ask you to practice a few questions, and this few questions is gonna be integration of 3 times 3x minus 1 to the 4th power. Remember, inside the parenthesis, calculate, make sure it's inside the parenthesis usually. That's how it works. Okay. A. B is going to be integration of 2x plus 1 to the x squared plus x to the 2nd power dx. Now anticipate what's going on, okay? So don't just blindly say, I'll do u equal to this. You want to think about what is du. That's something that you have to understand. Sorry, I'm going to change this to 4. Dx. So I changed that to 4. Let's see. D is going to be negative 4x integration of 1 minus 2x squared dx. So we got 4 questions for you to go. Yes. Which one? C inside is x cubed. Outside is square. Do you see that 1 degree difference?
Can I do like? I don't know.
What? Can you just get better eyesight? I do have another eye. It's just not real.
To get the derivative. Get the derivative. Get du.
Can I have yours?
So then that becomes, du equals 3x squared, because when you take the derivative of this,
Holy
that's
shit.
3x squared.
Wait, I didn't realize that. One second. This one would be what? So would this be negative x? Would this be negative 2x?
Yes.
Right?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Because you have to take the derivative of du.
Oh,
dx,
okay.
and then we
So,
can find out dx equals.
wait a second. So for du, the derivative of that will be 3x squared. Then what is the rest of it?
You have to remember to put dx.
Okay.
Ah.
Then I stop for dx.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
see
I see how it works.
du over 3x squared. So then, okay, so then flip it into, okay, so then it's
Cheers, are you applying college?
x squared over,
My decision.
this be the square root of u
Yes.
Is it?
times u over 3x squared.
Mhm.
Yeah, so what do I do after?
But your FAQ score is kind of low.
Yes.
And here's u times du
Why don't you take it again?
It's not gonna be enough.
over 3.
Oh, that's true.
No.
Yeah, you gotta do it for bright future.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I heard it was online AZT,
It's easier. You can use a graphing calculator for all the questions. Yeah, you look at decimal.
These two can't go out. One over-
All the PSAT
If you
questions.
understand like
the,
calculus,
the 1/3. Yeah, the 1/3 goes to the outside.
You understand
Yeah,
enough
the 1/3
to
on the
do well. I cannot help
And
you
then-
reading, but
outside.
oh yeah, you did worse than me on reading. You got 370. I got 430. I got 430. Okay.
Before I took it,
Hey,
you got
I didn't
lower than
understand
me.
English.
okay.
He wrong here.
Bro, come on, bro. How you get low? Asian, bro. I'm Asian. It's my second. It's my second language.
Then 1 over 3, 3 over 2.
Remind me of Austin.
But then you also have to do something a lot.
Austin is like above 700 for math, but he's like under 500 for reading.
105?
No, under like around 500 for
I got 430. I tried really hard to get 430.
Well, I mean, you can get rid of the D. DU.
Your name on the paper.
Okay, for granted, I come here. I come to the United States at 10th grade.
There's just 1. No, just
So
3 over 2.
actually maybe 9th grade.
And then you expand. You
So-
and turn it into what actually. Equals.
And when I come in, I don't understand any English. I don't even know how to say
Yep.
like how are you.
Just 2 times
So
x cubed
I would consider 430 as a W.
3 over 2 over 9
Plus C.
plus c. And then 1.
That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I didn't realize I could go through this. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know. That's not mine. See how mean you are? Like, you're so nice speaking. You're like, and then
Elaine, that's kind of true.
yeah, you throw it.
Because you literally throw trash on my table. You
I
literally,
not throw this. I placed this
you
trash on
literally
the
are
table.
throwing that on my table.
All right, how about start next question?
Yeah, anyway.
So it increases the level of difficulty each time on the next letter. So
You lost me at number 2. That's easy. Just do what he told about the chess thing, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can only
Once
do
you
something
look at
once.
it, it's like,
I never mind.
if you get it,
When I'm saying I got lost, I'm like, how did you only use a 1 but there's 2 parentheses?
How is it 3 parentheses?
I said 2
Oh, I was gonna say, how do you see 3?
parentheses.
is this correct to speak?
Did you get Ethan? Did you get this?
After which one?
Yep. That's what I got. Oh, I always keep forgetting to add the
Yeah,
plus
that's
B.
good.
Other than the plus C is a good.
All right, so the first one, Catherine, you finish your first one? Okay, good. Did you set u equal to 3x minus 1? Good. Du equal to 3 dx, and du over 3 equal to dx. Elaine, did you do that part?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be u to the 4, 3, du over 3, which is perfectly cancel out. It's a u to the 5 over 5 plus c. So it'd be 3x minus 1 to the 5 over 5 plus c. Okay, that's your finish. Your next one, b. Yes?
For a second, I thought that was a giant integral sign. Integral.
Madeline?
All.
Madeline, what's your question? For which one? D? Okay. You can be anywhere. But you remember, you want to anticipate what is du is. Okay? You want to anticipate what du is? It should help you. Jack, you finish all 4? Nice, that's fast. Catherine, did you do the second one? Oh, you finished? Oh, that's really fast. Okay. Elaine, did you finish the second one?
I'm working on it right now.
U equal to x squared plus x. Why? Because you anticipate that you take a derivative inside of your head, you say, oh yeah, derivative of x squared is 2x plus 1. Oh my god, it's perfect. Du equal to 2x plus 1 dx, and the du over 2x plus 1 equal to dx. Now you see that canceling happening. 2x plus 1 to the u squared du over 2x plus 1. So this cancel perfectly. So it's u to the 3 over 3 plus c. That's equal to x squared plus x to the third over 3 plus c. And then you're done with the b. C is actually relative easy, but it's just a constant you have to pay attention to. Because at this case, only x squared cancel out.
Yeah.
Because, and somebody last period said, can I do u equal to x cubed? Well, why would you want u equal to x cubed? Because derivative of 2 is going to completely take away. So you don't want to just do x cubed. You just want to take the whole thing. That's better. So x cubed minus 2 together. Why? Because that's inside the parenthesis. Rule of thumb is I usually do inside the parenthesis. I will not do the radical. I will just do inside the parenthesis. In this case, inside the parenthesis is x cubed minus 2. Du equal to 3x squared dx. Did you do that? Madden, you did that? Did you do that? Or you didn't do that?
She said she did that.
Okay. So du over 3x squared dx. So that is going to be 4x squared square root u du over 3x squared. Now you see here, nice, cancel out. I'm going to be 4 over 3 integration of u to the half. So that's u to the 3 half, 2 over 3 times 4 over 3, and plus c. So that's equal to 8 over 9 to the x cubed plus minus 2 to the 3 over 2 plus c. Hopefully you get that.
What would happen if you had x left over?
Huh?
So like, if the outside was 4x cubed, that would mean that you only got rid of 2 powers of x.
Yeah, then you cannot take an integral.
Oh, okay.
You have to have everything in terms of u or du. Catherine, you understand? You understand?
No, you're confused.
Huh?
It's not.
Not d. Okay. D is it's not too bad. Let's give it a try. What would you set u as here?
Well, I first set it to just 1 minus 2x squared, but then I realized, oh, it's 1 over. And that's where I I don't know.
No, that's good. That's good thinking. Okay, start with that. But if you do 1 over 1 minus 2x squared, when you take a derivative of that, it's gonna have a chain rule involved. Because that's gonna be u equal to 1 minus 2x squared to the negative 1, and du equal to negative 1 times 1 minus 2x squared. This is the wrong way. Times negative 4x. That just, for me, that makes things a little bit more complicated. It doesn't really help you. So probably better, what you do is you're gonna see that you say, oh, okay, well, and remember, anticipate what your next move is. What is u equal to, where it's part of the problem that can cause cancellations. Okay, so what would it be u equal to here?
Is it just -4?
because if you take a negative 4x, your derivatives is negative 4 dx, but it doesn't solve the bottom issue. Because the bottom is not going to be in terms of u. Any other option for you?
I mean, when I did with just 1 minus 2x squared.
That would be perfect.
Wait.
Just like that.
Because
Well, oh no, so
then
I
if you
did that-
substitute it in,
I thought I had to like make it 1 over. So I did that first.
Okay, yeah, so that's good. So you, but you gotta understand why you're doing that. Because when you take a derivative of this,
It's 4, yeah.
it's negative 4x dx, and that's nice because that's the top part. And that's the part that you can cancel because you can du over negative 4x equal to dx. And I'm also show you another way to look at it here. So that's going to be u squared, negative 4x, and this is du over negative 4x. It turns out this cancel out nicely. And then that's going to be integration u to the negative 2 du, which is u to the negative 1 over negative 1 plus c. And that is going to be negative 1 over 1 minus 2x squared plus c. And the answer looks really nice. It's clean if you have like this. Okay, so you guys got to do all the easy one. We're gonna go to trig. And then we're gonna go back to algebra. The hardest one's actually algebra, but we're gonna go trig a little bit. Integration phi cosine of 5x dx. Think about what u has to be. U gotta equal to something.
is it 5x?
Shout that.
That was a legitimate question.
No,
Okay, it's not that.
because other people's gonna think.
Oh,
And if you shout it, other people don't have opportunity to think. So don't shout it. Try it first and then get an answer. If you really want to show me, just show me. But phi cosine phi x, yes. What does u has to be? Min, what's u? Kevin, what's u?
Oh,
What is u here?
I don't know.
Oh.
That's what I put.
Oh.
oh.
Maddie, what's u? Phi x is a great choice. Why is phi x a great choice? Because when you take a derivative, guess what? You anticipate that coming. That phi dx is right there. You can just see this. You can just replace that if you want it. You'd be cosine of u du already. Cosine, no, phi x is the argument inside the cosine. So you can replace that phi x there.
Oh. That's why I took
No. If you have cosine phi x, the phi x is the argument. I don't have to write down parentheses. I didn't write down parentheses for a reason. The textbook did not write down parentheses. They don't write down parentheses because students need to understand whatever after cosine, it has to have an argument inside. So integration of cosine u is what? No, sine u. Sine of 5x.
I now see what you mean by this is easier.
Huh?
I now see what you mean by this is easier. I'm sure that this is like the most basic of it.
Yeah, that's the most basic of it. Now, remember, anticipate what u is and what is du. Before you do u substitution, I will think about what du is before I actually do it. It just kind of like, I kind of think about, if I make this move, I don't want to make this move, I cannot change it back. I will say, if I make this move, what would be opponent do? That's the things I will look at. So I won't even jump into the make the move yet. I won't just say u equal to this. I want to think about what u is equal to before I sub in u, because I want to think about what du is. So think about du. That's going to be part of the question. Now this is going to be a really difficult part. So this is a trick part, but this is a really difficult question, but not the most difficult question today.
Do you mean that we've already had it, or that they're still harder?
No, that's still harder. There's something that's way harder.
Oh, no.
But this,
Oh, wait, why don't we shake the derivative of the antiderivative of the u?
what?
Okay, hold on. So, if I took the derivative of u to get u2 of 2, why don't you take the derivative, or the antiderivative of the u?
You can, because u is inside the argument. You cannot take an integration inside of u. No, that's not possible. It's like square root of 2x, right? Square root x, like this. You do not just take integration of this, because if you take an integration of x, that's going to be x2 over 2, and then you put a square root on it. No, it doesn't make sense. The integration of x is x to the 1/2, so be 1/2 x to the negative, 3 over 2, and 2 over 3. And this is different than this. You cannot just take it, the x is inside the argument.
Okay.
So you cannot take, but you can do u equal to inside, but you cannot take an integration over inside. You take an integration to the something parenthesis.
Okay, thank you. Are these two separate arguments?
Yep. They're separate terms. 3x is the argument of sine, and 3x is the argument of cosine.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Now this one is, wait, oh. Okay, that's fine. Now, remember, don't jump in to do u substitution. Slow down. Think about what u is first before you take, if you make the next move. You anticipate first, you think about what would it be, and you want to compute inside the head, see if that will help you solve the problem rather than jump in to solve the problem. The whole idea is change everything in terms of u. You have no x left when you do it, the actual integrals. So this is a hard question. This is not an easy question. So think a little bit more before you starting doing it. Plot out what you want to do and decide if that's the best choice of action. Any good suggestions somebody would like to tell me? Ethan, yes?
Is u 3x?
U equal to 3x does not help you because
Okay,
you
I didn't think so.
let's visualize what happened. So the u equal to 3x, right? This is gonna go erase. Du equal to 3dx and dx equal to du over 3. But that's just gonna be sine of u to the third times cosine of u d u over 3. But that doesn't help you because
Right.
you cannot take integral on two separate things. You cannot take integral sine of q and cosine of u. That you cannot do that. You have to do where u equal to something, du is in there. You convert everything to in terms of u. So anticipate any other option. Raise your hand if you think it's a good option. Chase. Okay, that's not a good choice as well. But I'm gonna show you why it's not a good choice. Because sine cube 3x, if we have du, that's going to be more disgusting. Sine squared, because chain rule, right, times cosine of 3x times 3. And that's not good because you make the problem harder than before, and that is not a good choice. Yes.
Isn't it just sine 3x?
Why sine 3x?
Because when you derive that, it's cosine 3x and then times 3, right? Then
Yeah.
du over cosine 3x times 3, and then the cosines cancel and 3 is pulled out.
Okay, Maddie was gonna say something too.
Layer rule.
U equal to cosine 3x does not cancel enough because that's gonna give you negative sine 3x times 3, but you have sine to the cube 3x that don't cancel enough terms out there. So there's a lot of options. But Rajesh was good because think about it. If I have u equal to cosine of x, does that solve the problem? That's equal to negative sine 3x times 3, right? But the problem is that can only replace one of them. But you still have sine squared of 3x left. So you have sine cube 3x, and you got u, and then this part is gonna be du over sine 3x times 3 negative. Only cancel one of them. They still have 2 left. So that's bad because it did not go anywhere. So what Rajesh says, well, can I just do derivative u equal to, so think about all those options before you do it. Sine to the 3x. Because if I take a du, it's going to be cosine 3x times 3, chain rule, times dx. Now I can say du over 3 cosine 3x equal to dx. So now if you do that, see this first term is u to the 3rd power. Do you see that? Everything changed. So you choose the one with higher degree. It'll be a better choice. Why? But just do the u, not the 3rd power. Just like before we talk about square root. We don't want to do something to the square root because of the chain rule. Not to the 3rd power, we had to do a chain rule. Just set the u equal to sine of x. Now, this one is going to be cosine 3x. And this is du over 3 cosine 3x. So this cancel out. 1/3 of u to the cube du. Now everything is in terms of u. So that's going to be u to the 4 over 4. 1/3 du. Wait, something's wrong here.
You mean plus c?
Plus c. Okay, there's no du, dumbass. Plus c. So u to the 4 over 12 plus c. So it'll be sine of 3x to the 4 over 12 plus c.
Okay. So whenever you have, like, sorry, so when you have multiple things and they have different powers, you want to take the one with the greatest power, or not always?
In general,
Or would
at
be exceptions?
Calc 1 situation, yeah, that would be part of the situation, but let's try this one. I'll give you one more try on the trick. But anticipation though, anticipate what's your next move. I would just do, the way I kind of do is I don't try to generalize something. I just think about if u is equal to this, what is du? Inside my head, is that going to be part of the problem, can cause cancellations? Or it's not going to cause cancellations? The work is over there. So the next question is integration cosine square of x sine of x dx. Think about what u equal to. This one should be a lot easier than before. Jack's done. Good. Huh? Wait, Madden, time is up? Time's not up, right? I have more time, right? Kevin, what is you?
I did sign up.
Catherine, what's you? Kevin, Vincent, what's you? Elaine, what's what's you?
Cosine X.
Maddie? Cosine X is a better option than sine of X because sine of X doesn't help you. Because if you think about you want a higher degree one, because you can replace the whole junction, the whole crap becomes u. Right? Does that make sense? But don't forget that's negative sign. I think I forgot last period, but oh well. U squared. And this is du over negative sine of x equal to dx. So I'll be times sine of x dx is equal to du over negative sine of x. So what happened is this is going to cancel out.
That's
Negative u squared du. U to the 3 over 3. Negative plus c. Negative cosine to the third x over 3 plus c. And that will be a good option. So we finish all the trick. You can set inside argument or the whole trick function, but just make sure if it's a whole function, I would do it to the higher power, but not just itself. U equal to cosine of x, not cosine square of x. So the next question is a challenge question. Let's go back to algebra. Okay, go back to algebra question. Now, so far, I haven't seen anybody solve it yet. So it's really challenging. So nobody haven't done it correctly so far. So hopefully this period, somebody will prove me wrong. Third period, at least come pretty close. So, but at least it's a really smart girl. Jeez. The only people that junior did it right away is Jared, but he's Jared. Okay, so here's my question. Like I said, this is a really difficult question because this is not orthodox U-substitution question. It's kind of like a variation. Yep, that's a question.
I feel like that scares me, the fact that you're saying that this is hard, and I feel like
This is hard. This is the hardest question you've done. It's probably 3 hardest questions combined. It's not even as hard as this one. So if you cannot do it, it's okay. But I want you to see if you can.
I see where the problem lies.
Yep.
Okay, time to brute force this.
Brute force.
No, okay, no, not quite like that. Oh,
Oh, maybe Aiden got some idea. I don't know.
it's
Show
already
me,
solved.
show me your idea before you execute them, though, because you won't want to do all kind of shit and end up to be wrong.
Oh no, I want to know.
Oh, yeah.
No. That's gonna make problem worse. So this is the hardest question. Now in the past, like I think and I will tell you when I was a student, I cannot do this question before the teacher taught me. And after teacher taught me, I'm still kind of iffy about it. So I'm not that smart. Just saying. So if, I'm just trying to give you an opportunity that you're smarter than me. Which is, that's good. But normally every classroom in the past, I have one classroom, 3 people got it, but This year I have nobody got it, so the math skill is like it's think outside of box and creativity is a very, very important thing. To handle something you never handled before. Very, very important. You require confidence and creativities. Remember, your idea is everything in terms of you. And could be something right in front of you too. How much time I have?
Wait, did I get it? No, I probably didn't.
Huh? Oh, okay, we have a lot of time. Oh, I forgot one question.
It's like kind of close, but not quite.
Okay, before I talk to the best question, I did forget about this question, so let's go back to do integration, just simple one, 2x minus 1 dx. Just do that. See if you guys can do that one first. That one first before you do that one. Very impressive. One person did it.
Maybe.
Nah, Vincent's smarter.
No. Thinking about this one.
No,
No.
that's bad math right there.
Really?
That's
I'm like-
awful.
Okay.
Let me see what's wrong with it. Come on.
I feel like I'm getting close.
How about you kill a puppy?
You probably kill all sorts of things here. I don't know what kind of shit did you do.
You killed Jared. What the crap?
Ignore the sign.
Yeah. You never set u equal to like a square root or something. That's just a bad idea.
Okay.
Now that's the du is actually 1/2
Wait.
in the front.
Hold on.
2x minus 1 negative 1/2 times 2. Oh, that's what it
Wait,
cancels out.
wait.
Okay, so that
Wait. Hold on.
so what is how it's from
Is that a thing? Hold on.
so u 2x yeah, that's good. So why is this one changing back to x? You tend to take integration x and du. It has to be everything in terms of u. And even from this step to this step, it's kind of shaky. I don't know what did you do here. No justification. You got x, this. Well, this is supposed to be on. Oh, this because on the top. So you cannot. Okay, you multiply this 2x minus. No, because you cannot integration x and du. That's just not the way it works.
That's the answer?
Nope, that's not the answer. Okay, let's do the one on the right. The one on the right, everybody can do. Huh? The one on the right?
I had an idea.
The one before that. Okay.
Of like,
This one is gonna. Let's talk about this one first. What is u equal to here? 2x minus 1. Good. What is du? 2 dx, right? Now it turns out it doesn't have to be 1 degree difference, because if you have du over 2, if it's a constant, then you can just do square root u and du over 2 and just take a 1/2 out. Does that make sense? Nothing need to be cancelled because it's a constant. So square root u du, and then it's u to the 1/2, which is u to the 3 over 2. And the 2 over 3 times 1/2. 2 cancel out plus c. So it'll be 1/3 square root 1/3 of
u to the 3 over 2.
2x minus 1 to the 3 over 2 plus c. Now, this is the easy one. Does everybody understand the easy one before we move on?
Yes.
Yes or no? Catherine, do you understand the easy one? Maddie? Kevin? Madden? Easy one's no problem, right? The hard one's the problem. Okay. So the hard one, only one person got it. Good job, Vincent, by the way. I'll put 5 points for you. That's a good effort. So the question like this required a little bit outside the box, in which is if Vincent was able to do that, he is the only person was able to solve by itself without me helping them. Okay, so what did Vincent do different than yours? So let's copy this and let's paste this. So this is, I have a different name for this. This is called back substitution.
Can you put the x back into
U equal to what? 2x minus 1, right? Inside the parenthesis, you don't want to do it to a half power because that's just more messier. Chase did that. That's something you don't want to touch. Corbin did that, but Corbin did integration x and du. That doesn't make sense. So du equal to 2 dx. So far, okay. Du over 2 equal to dx. And then I got square root u. I got du over 2. That I got x. Do you see it? No? I'm going to ask you to look harder.
Oh wait, no.
What do you see, Corbin?
Never mind. I don't see anything.
But Corbin, you should get this. I already told you. You had to do integration of u has to be du. They have to have the same variable. So what's the only problem you have here? The x.
You just solved one question.
Madden, what'd you say? You don't know? Okay. Anybody else?
Isn't it just turn on one?
Huh?
Isn't it-
No.
You take the x out and make it actually two. Like, so you take the x out of the integration.
You cannot take an x outside the integration. No.
Because it's a variable.
It's a variable. You cannot take it from inside to outside. No. Any other suggestion? Come on. The problem is the x. There's only one way to fix the x. What is it? What are you talking about? You gotta be elaborate a little bit more.
X equals 1/2. Because with the u
Oh, is
equals
it negative 1?
2x minus 1. No.
Yeah, no. You're on the right track, but you're not doing your math right.
X. Hold on.
Solve for x. Yeah, because you learned from Vincent.
Oh.
It's called back sub. I call it back sub. So u plus 1 equal to 2x. U plus 1 over 2 equal to x. Can I just becomes u plus 1 over 2 times square root of u and then du over 2. Now, the constant can be out. What is the constant in this case? Well, there was two constants there. 1/4. Can take it all out. Make your life easier. Square root u in the front, u plus 1 du. Now, can I take integral right now? No, what do you do? Distribute. Good. So that's going to be u to the 3 over 2 plus u to the 1/2 du. U to the 5 over 2, 2 over 5, times 1 over 4, plus u to the 3 over 2, 2 over 3, plus c, but this 1/4 is including on the first two terms. So it'll be 2 over 20, so it's just 1 over 10. u is equal to 2x minus 1 to the 5 over 2 plus 1 over 6, 2x minus 1 to the 3 over 2 plus c, and that's the final answer. Vincent, good job. Vincent was the only student able to solve this. Very nice, very nice.
CPU burning up, bro. My CPU burning up.
CPU. You know, Austin, where's Austin yesterday? He didn't show up to my 2 block period. He missed a lot of stuff. He missed shitload of stuff. He missed like the 3 hardest integral technique.
Just tell him to stay for
What's
six period.
What's his 6th period?
Oh, she has. I thought you.
He's gonna have to learn another thing about himself. All right, got it. I'll let you try one. Now, the general rule is this. If they have same degree, general rule of thumb is same degree, I will do back sub. Sometimes could be outside, have higher degree, which is the next case. I'll also use back sub. So back sub is for if it's same degree inside and outside, because usually it's 1 degree less outside. But if it's same degree as the inside, I will use back sub. If outside degree is higher degree than inside, I will use back sub, because that's the only way to solve the problem. Now this is a question for you guys. See if you guys can do it. It's a very similar idea now, except slightly harder. But just slightly. Not that bad. I'm hungry. Well,
He was sick yesterday.
it was. I'll be mine.
He was texting.
You got him sick?
Huh?
You got him sick?
Maybe. He said he was like throwing up.
Wait, is that how you were sick too? Throwing up? Stay away from me. Man, I haven't invited you to my house. To take a test.
Usually, when somebody misses test on Friday, they take it Monday. But I gotta go the next morning too.
Because everybody take it, only you. I even text you. I was like, show up after school to take it. I called you 2 times.
You woke me up with a call. I didn't really see who it was. I just silenced it. When I woke up, I was like, oh shoot.
No, I won't be as pissed if like 4 people miss a test. I miss it's just like 1 person. It's like it's like a thorn in the, how to say that?
Thorn in your side.
Yeah, it's like just like piss me off. One person didn't take a test. Your homework was posted yesterday, so I'm gonna go, but
Okay.
I'm just finish my pizza. So I was inside the parenthesis. So negative signs outside. Backs up. No, that's gonna be square root u times 1 minus u square du. This one's u already. Is that okay? So that's gonna be square root u times 1 minus 2u plus u squared du negative. That's a negative u to the 1/2 minus 2u to the 3/2, I believe, plus u to the 5/2 du. And now distribute negative signs, so that's going to be negative u to the, actually I'll distribute later. I'll just take integral of that. So I'm going to distribute at the same time. So integrate u to the 3/2, so it'll be u to the 3/2, 2/3. I'll distribute negative sign, that becomes negative. And this is u to the 5/2, 2/5 times 2, and that becomes positive. Is that okay? And that's u to the 7/2, 2/7. That becomes negative. And that's pretty much it. Negative 2, 3. U is equal to 1 minus x. Plus 4/5, 1 minus x to the 5/2. Minus 2/7 times 1 minus x to the 7/2. Does that make sense? And that's plus C, yeah. Usually use what's inside the parenthesis. All right, your homework's posted. You can start now. I don't know how much time you have. Your brain's probably burned.
I don't.
What time is the lesson?
Probably around 12.
Well, it's 11:04 right now.
Then we might have an hour.
Wait, hour?
No, no, you don't have an hour. We
I don't know how much time we have.
8.
8, 8, 10, 8, 6. I'd say it's close enough.
That's the answer for the test.
It's the Corbin.
What?
It's the Corbin.
I can post it again.
Corbin's made it. Thank Corbin hate it. Why did everybody? Actually, no. I know why everybody hates me.
I don't hate you. I don't like you, but
Exactly.
I don't hate you.
I don't blame you, Kelly.
No hate.
Here's the thing. I hope you land with that all the time. If she gets mad at me. Wait, yes you do. Okay, don't get mad at me. You're just mean to me. You said that you're just a Corbin hater.
What are we learning today, Mr. Ed?
A lot of stuff.
Oh no, I think it's time for me to go.
The
How
hardest
many-
part of a
Mr.
calculus.
Yay, how many? Oh yeah, you said two. Two new ways, right?
What?
They're doing two new
Two
integration-
sections.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the hardest section too. Should be glad you're here.
I'm so tired.
I'm so happy to be here with you.
I love calculus. No, that's not. Shut up. You're wrong. Okay. It's like, oh, okay, I'm fine now. No, I'm not fine. I'm so tired. You're fine, Corbin.
How come pi is treated as a variable?
What?
Is pi not considered a constant?
Pi
It
is
is.
constant.
So
There's no pi here.
on 33,
What?
on 33, how come we can't take out pi?
Dude, I just didn't.
33?
So for 33, if I took out pi, then I can't cancel du. Can you take out pi if you could? That works?
Yeah, you can take out pi. That pi can cancel. No, pi will cancel out of pi.
No, yeah, I know that. I'm just saying.
What? She hit my pencil with my pencil and something weird. It's useless. Another problem. Okay, alright, Ethan. Break the diverse Gerald. It's my water bottle. I had silver one that I ate Gerald, then I got black ones.
I'm very excited.
Yours? No. Don't put it in that bowl.
Stop. How did you do on Saturday? I wrote the
I'm an
test.
idiot. Oh my god. I literally was going to ask it earlier, and then I was like, oh no, wait, you wrote the test.
I did.
Then I was like, oh, I forgot to ask her. I'll ask her.
Yeah, I had
My
to do
stupid brain can't comprehend thoughts. See, last night when I was helping her with math, I forgot to do one of the problems. She's like, you moron.
I didn't even say that. I never said that.
I just read something on Instagram about one girl
I don't know why
in
it's so
UK.
sick.
She's like, huh?
I was bedridden Sunday. I'm just trying to.
She was teaching kids how to study more efficient using ChatGPT.
Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me?
Say anything.
Why?
I would not.
I mean, like,
The central
Yeah. Well, no, it before science.
If it doesn't.
It doesn't have to do with science.
that had
What?
that had
His girlfriend broke up with him.
What? She's a girlfriend.
Yeah. don't
I
know.
think people have to adopt
I
to
don't-
ChatGPT though.
I'm just.
I mean, as much as I don't like it, but
So,
like Google, right? A long time ago, 20 years ago,
No, I don't.
people don't know how to use Google.
Okay, then
And people who adopt, they become more
I need literally
able to find new stuff and able to get them more efficient.
So whatever system.
It's between a
I'm still writing.
With Google, you have to.
I don't know.
Use your own. Like the computer doesn't force.
Yes, it will
Mine
cancel.
is just like advanced.
So whatever system you check.
Is that an advanced version?
So,
So she was saying she don't use it to write a paper. She says, think of an outline
It's gonna be
for me on this book
five.
or on this essay,
Or create.
and then yeah, and he said like when he studied like chemistry, he's like, well, use Yoda's voice to explain to me thermodynamics, and then actually he will like. Yeah, so he will actually like explain that thermodynamic in terms of Yoda.
Also, I don't
So
know.
it's actually very interesting that she was saying like the way to help her, and she's an Ivy League student. She's of course she's not gonna cheat. I mean she can cheat, but
Oh,
she
well,
get
I
caught
can do
and
the.
she can
You
get
have
kicked
the
out.
six here, and you have the.
But she
six
said she used it as a
within
resource. She didn't use it to write a paper. She used it to
I kind
create
of skipped over
outlines.
that because I knew that's how it worked.
So I thought it's pretty clever.
no, I'm not.
25 minus x squared.
So I show my son. I say no, you don't cheat, but this is how the right way to approach it.
Which son?
The older one. But he's gonna cheat. It's not like he's not gonna find out. Everybody find out. So I might as well be the one that's teaching him how to use it. But, you know, it's like this is what I expect of you.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
What? What do you say? You have any calc? You said you have calc?
Well, I'm glad that I like the 3 things that I usually have after school are not happening today. That gives me time. I have usually esports practice, tutoring, Mario Kart. I do
Where else are you gonna go, bro?
tutoring for physics, and then I do choir.
How are you gonna go
But
home?
none of those are happening today.
Walk
Not
Where you live?
here.
Where do you live? Where's that?
Elementary school.
Huh?
Elementary school.
The girls from elementary school have gotta be careful.
My girlfriend.
I'm like, I did not tell a lie. I'm like, what?
No, I think probably I did not tell a lie.
Sure.
I remember all the lies. What's the last line that you told?
4:30. I think he's going in.
Hey, you know what? If you come to Vietnam for like 3 years,
Bro, wait, just like
yeah, but you come in when they're like elementary school.
it's just this small.
So, no, I didn't even know how to speak the word. I learned Spanish, curse words when I come to the United States. I learned how to say pendejo. Puta. I said because I was in ESO class. And the ESO student like, hey, go say this to the teacher. And another teacher said an Ava. And I'm like, what did you say? Why would you do it though? Because I want to be cool. I want to come to the United States. Like other people doing the thing.
You got like understand it. Somebody tells you to say something in another language, they never could. That's the first thing. Like,
So you didn't know better.
Look at the spectator.
It's like, they're like, hey, you'll be cool if you say this to a teacher. I'm like, okay.
So
Why not?
But everything was nothing but like math skills and interview.
Yeah.
that's brutal, man. Hey, no.
Good. Well, that was so.
There's a lot. I mean, crazy.
Oh, you guys gonna learn shit load of stuff.
2 hours of calculus, go.
Everyone like, yeah, 2 goals, right? Yesterday, was it? That's actually insane, right?
No, you were sleeping the first
That's what he told me, to be honest.
one. You were sleeping first one. I don't blame it. Sure, not pretty quick.
That's good.
There's 4 students doing double bar. Just one. And he's, I don't know. Charlie is probably the best one. No, actually, it's not Charlie.
Who else is doing double?
Huh?
Who else?
Charlie, Jared, Julia, and Brendan.
Oh, Brendan doing double?
So Brendan did he did an online virtual school for Calculus.
Oh.
Something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Why? What happened?
Student, 1 minute remaining until the class.
This is launch of up here. Huh? Yeah. Long nail. How do you write with that nail? Oh, that's real nail?
Some of them are real, and then this one is fake. This one's fake, this one's fake.
How do you write with that nail? What's up, Nathan?
What's up?
Why put rice in like container?
It's like for the warm water.
Josh, you're gonna find a better girlfriend.
Damn, Mr. What the hell?
After you find a girlfriend, you steal your test.
No, that was a fluke.
Huh?
No way. I was doing it like last night. I was like, there's no way I did this bad. That wasn't even like the first 3. If I was fine, okay, maybe I can see that like a bad start. Everything else was bullshit. I don't know how I did that. Oh my god. I'm gonna get 100.